Hello, dear Homepedia family. Imagine stepping into a home where every corner glows like a scene from a timeless fairy tale. The air smells faintly of cinnamon and old books. The light filters softly through gauzy curtains, and somewhere in the background, a candle flickers against weathered stone walls. This isn't just any home. It's a hacienda brought to life by autumn's enchantment. Have you ever wished your living room could feel like a story waiting to be told? Where rustic textures, vintage treasures, and the warm palette of fall come together in perfect harmony. If you've ever longed to live inside a storybook, this is your moment. So settle in with your favorite cup of tea, and let's begin this cozy fall home tour. By the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to craft a fairy tale-inspired hacienda that feels timeless, warm, and breathtakingly beautiful. And if you love what you see, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more inspiration, and share your whimsical decor ideas in the comments. Welcome to today's journey, whimsical fall decor hacienda style, bringing fairy tales to life. In this video, we're not just decorating, we're weaving a world of imagination and charm. You'll see how vintage books, crowns, velvet ribbons, and rustic garlands come together to form a space that feels both cozy and otherworldly. We'll transform an ordinary living room into an autumn wonderland that feels magical yet deeply personal. An environment where the walls seem to hold memories, and every object whispers a story. To begin, think of your home as a storybook waiting to be written. Each object, color, and texture is a word in your narrative. The hacienda style already gives us a strong foundation. Arched doorways, rustic beams, and earthen walls that feel timeless. But when we blend that foundation with whimsical fall decor, something extraordinary happens. Tradition meets imagination, and reality flirts with fantasy. Let's start with the color palette. While autumn often leans toward bright oranges and reds, the whimsical hacienda look thrives in softer, romantic tones. Picture warm amber, dusty rose, terracotta, and muted gold. Combine them with the natural hues of the hacienda, creamy stucco, aged wood, and deep ironwork. The result? A palette that glows like candlelight at dusk. These colors not only warm up your space but also make it feel enchanted and inviting. Next, we build your fairy tale corner, a cozy focal point that captures the magic of the season. Choose a space near a window, fireplace, or bookshelf. Stack a few vintage books, leather-bound if possible, their spines faded with age. Tie them with velvet ribbons in rich tones of burgundy or forest green. Nest a small crown or metal trinket on top, as if left behind by a forgotten queen. Add a soft linen runner beneath, perhaps frayed at the edges, to bring that storybook imperfection. Now let's talk about lighting, because light is what turns ordinary decor into living magic. Replace harsh overhead lights with warm, soft illumination. Use flickering candles in glass holders, woven lanterns, and strands of fairy lights tucked behind garlands. Let shadows dance gently across the walls. The hacienda's natural textures, stone, wood, clay, will absorb that light and give it back with a romantic glow. When you walk through the room, you'll feel as if you've stepped through time. At the heart of our whimsical home is the mantel, the stage for your fall fairy tale. Begin with a base layer of gauzy linen or burlap. Let it cascade naturally, no need for perfection here. Then bring in your garland. A mix of dried maple leaves, olive branches, berries, and small flowers in muted tones. For an authentic touch, weave in velvet ribbons or gold threads. This isn't just decoration, it's storytelling in motion. Let some strands drape over the edge, others curl around candlesticks or vintage picture frames. For an extra magical effect, tuck small treasures into your fall garland to elevate its charm and create a layered, storybook-inspired look. Slip in antique keys with rustic patina, aged pages from old fairy tale books, pressed autumn flowers, and even a few hand-painted pumpkins in soft cream, muted gold, or dusty rose. These delicate details add warmth, texture, and nostalgia, making your hacienda fall mantel decor feel collected over time rather than staged. Every vintage accent becomes a visual whisper, a clue that invites curiosity and imagination, turning your whimsical fall home into a living story filled with character, history, and the cozy magic of autumn. As you style your fireplace mantel, envision how a guest might feel stepping into your hacienda home on a crisp autumn evening. Their eyes should wander first to the warm flicker of a candle reflecting off textured stucco walls, then to a glimmering antique crown resting beside a velvet ribbon, and finally to a cascading garland alive with the colors and fragrance of fall. In whimsical fall decor, the magic lies not in perfect symmetry, but in soulful rhythm and emotion, each object telling its own story. The soft glow of amber light, the gentle rustle of dried leaves, and the rustic charm of wrought iron accents all blend together, creating a visual melody that feels both timeless and intimate. Some details whisper of nostalgia, others sing with bold seasonal energy, yet together they form an enchanting harmony that transforms your fireplace into the heart of your autumn hacienda sanctuary. Now let's extend this feeling across the room. On a side table, display an open vintage book with dried leaves nestled between the pages. Add a small vase with wheat stems or eucalyptus branches. Perhaps place an old clock or a tarnished mirror beside it, items that carry the weight of time and story. These antiques connect us to the past, grounding our imagination in something real. For seating, layer textures that invite touch. A velvet pillow beside a linen cushion, a wool blanket over a wrought tan chair. Choose fabrics in warm neutrals and autumn tones: ochre, chestnut, and soft ivory. Hacienda homes thrive on material honesty, so celebrate imperfections. Visible stitching, patina, and texture all tell your home's story. On the floor, an aged rug in faded patterns sets the tone, something that looks like it's been walked across for generations. If you can add natural greenery, potted olive trees, ivy, or dried branches in tall ceramic vases bring in organic beauty and balance all the ornate details. The key is contrast: lush next to rustic, polished beside weathered. And don't forget the windows. They're the eyes of your hacienda home, and the key to creating that whimsical fall atmosphere. Replace heavy curtains with soft, sheer drapery in creamy linen or delicate voile that lets the golden autumn sunlight pour in, transforming the room into a gentle, glowing retreat. During the day, this filtered light casts a warm haze over textured walls and rustic decor, enhancing the earthy tones of terracotta and wood. As evening falls, let flickering candlelight or warm fairy lights shimmer through the fabric, creating layers of romance and nostalgia. The result is a cinematic glow that feels timeless, like stepping into a living fairy tale just before the happy ending, where every flicker, shadow, and reflection deepens the sense of comfort, enchantment, and old-world charm that defines a truly magical hacienda fall interior. Now let's talk about the final touches that truly breathe life into your hacienda-inspired fall sanctuary. Infuse your home with whispers of nature that capture the soul of the season. Place a handcrafted bowl brimming with pine cones, cinnamon sticks, and dried citrus slices to awaken a warm, nostalgic scent. Display dried roses in vintage glass jars that shimmer softly in candlelight, and let small branches wrapped with velvet ribbons hang gracefully by the fireplace, adding both texture and romance. These organic elements blend seamlessly with rustic fall decor and whimsical interior design, reminding you that autumn isn't merely a season but a state of being, a tender pause in time, a heartbeat that slows the world down and invites you to savor the beauty of simplicity, warmth, and storytelling through nature's quiet elegance. If you have an outdoor patio or veranda, extend your whimsical hacienda fall theme beyond the walls to create a seamless flow between your indoor and outdoor spaces. Drape lanterns with warm amber lights from rustic beams, scatter cozy woven blankets across benches, And weave garlands of autumn leaves or twinkling fairy lights along the doorway and pergola. Add terracotta pots filled with seasonal blooms, wrought iron candle holders, and vintage-style lanterns to enhance the fairy tale ambience. When guests step onto your veranda, the transition from the outdoor glow to your indoor haven feels effortless. Like wandering deeper into the same enchanted hacienda story, where every flicker of light and rustic texture continues the magical rhythm of fall decor, blending comfort, romance, and timeless charm. What I love most about Whimsical Hacienda decor is how personal it can be. No two spaces ever look the same because each one carries its creator's heart. Maybe your storybook includes a seashell from a favorite trip, or your grandmother's teacup, or a handwritten note framed on the wall. The hacienda aesthetic, with its old-world soul and warm textures, welcomes these stories like an embrace. And remember, the whimsical style isn't about perfection, it's about emotion. A slightly crooked candle, a faded page, a ribbon that drapes unevenly. All of these imperfections make your space real, lived in, loved. That's what gives your decor depth and authenticity. As the sun sets and the room begins to glow, you'll see how everything transforms. The garlands shimmer, the shadows stretch, and the air feels softer. Your living room no longer looks like a room. It feels like a scene from your favorite childhood dream. That's the true beauty of this design approach. It's not just about what you see, it's about what you feel. And here's the secret. You don't need a big budget to achieve this magic. You just need intention. Collect slowly. Mix the new with the old. Hunt for treasures at flea markets. Repurpose what you already have. And let your imagination lead. The best whimsical spaces evolve with time. They grow richer with each season, each story you add. When you finally sit down, surrounded by candlelight and the scent of autumn leaves, you'll realize you've created more than decor. You've created atmosphere, a memory, a world that feels alive and uniquely yours. And there it is, your whimsical fall hacienda, alive with story, texture, and heart. A space that feels warm and magical, where vintage treasures meet rustic elegance, and where autumn's colors dance through every corner. This isn't just seasonal decorating, it's soul decorating. It's about creating a place that nourishes your imagination and makes you fall in love with home all over again. And before you go, if you enjoyed this cozy escape into design and storytelling, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more inspirations, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's next. Thank you for spending this magical moment with me. May your autumn be filled with candlelight, warm hearts, and spaces that feel like home, enchanted, timeless, and wonderfully your own.